Bacterial conjugation is a parasexual process in which one bacteria donates its genetic material to another bacteria. In 1946, Joshua Lederberg and Edward Tatum discovered a sex-like process in Escherichia coli. This is the preliminary findings of bacterial conjugation. Hello friends, welcome to Biology Concern. I am Animesh, and in this video I am going to discuss about bacterial conjugation process in brief manner. So let's jump into the topic. Firstly, in 1946, Joshua Lederberg and Edward Tatum they discovered a sex-like process that is present or that is observed in Escherichia coli or E. coli. E. coli basically a gram-negative bacteria. Okay, gram-negative bacteria. After that, the crosstalk between two bacteria, this phenomenon is ruled out by Bernard Davis. So Bernard Davis concluded that it is a process by which one bacterium gives or donates its some of the genetic material to another bacterium, and this is not a eukaryotic like sexual exchange or genetic material exchange. So basically these crosstalks of bacterium or genetic material of the bacterium was ruled out by Bernard Davis. In 1953, William Hayes discovered a material. So he discovered a material in bacterium which can be donated from one bacterium to another bacterium, and the material is now called as fertility factor or F factor. So basically these F factor are discovered by William Hayes in 1953. So what is the necessity of conjugation process in bacteria? Basically conjugation, whenever a conjugation is occurs, there is the two different kinds of bacterium is present. One bacterium is known as F plus bacterium. That means this bacterium has a extra chromosomal DNA along with its chromosomal DNA, right? So this extra chromosomal DNA is known as plasmid. So this extra chromosomal DNA that is present in this kind of bacteria along with their chromosomal DNA. So this is the chromosomal DNA. So along with its chromosomal DNA, when plasmid is present in case of any bacterium, this particular bacterium is known as F plus bacterium. Okay, so F plus bacterium have one extra structure that is known as sex pilus or sex pili. Okay, so sex pilus is present in case of these F plus bacteria, but in another kind of bacterium they are lacking these plasmid factors, but they have their chromosomal DNA. So this kind of bacterium known as F minus strains. So in here there are lacks of these plasmids. Okay, so whenever these bacteria are lack of the plasmid, they are known as F minus bacteria or F minus strains, and whenever the bacterium contains this plasmid or fertility factor, then this bacterium is known as F plus bacteria. So whenever those two bacteria are comes close together, then this sex pilus can join both of the bacteriums and forms a cytoplasmic bridge. So a cytoplasmic bridge is formed between two bacteriums, and this cytoplasmic bridge ultimately connects both of the bacteriums, that one having the plasmids and another one that does not having its plasmid but having its chromosomal DNA. So whenever these plasmids are here, then the cytoplasmic bridge formation is occurred. So this is the cytoplasmic bridge. So cytoplasmic bridge. So This is the extension of the plasma membrane of the particular bacterium, and by which this cytoplasmic bridge, two bacteriums are interconnected with each other. Now here a enzyme comes into play, or endonuclease comes into play. These endonucleases are acting on this outer strand of the basically plasmid, and these endonucleases are known as replicase A, okay, or rep A. So rep A basically comes, and basically rep A creates a nick on the outer strand of this particular plasmid. Whenever this nick has been created, then their strands are formed 5' and 3' structures, okay, or split into 5' and 3' orientation. So after that these plasmids are transferred, or the portion of the plasmid or outer segment of the plasmid transfer from one bacterium to another bacterium, and this is the known as the bacterial conjugation process. So basically here, whenever this nick is observed, then the plasmid comes out from the inner strand, or it is pulling out, and this process is known as rolling circle model of replication. So this model is known as rolling circle mode of replication. So rolling circle mode of replication is basically occurred, and whenever this plasmid comes from outwards, or it detaches from the inner strand, then the new outer strand synthesis is being occurred. So whenever this new outer strand is synthesis occurs, then the plasmid or outer strand of the plasmid comes out from this double stranded structure. Okay, so this is the new structure. So after that, it continuously pulls itself and make these kinds of structure, and whenever this kind of structure, the outer new strand continuously goes on, and these outer new strands create a basically total new strand, and these old strand is separated from here. So basically these old strand are now separated from the previous strand, and here a new strand is synthesis is done. Okay, so basically this is the double stranded structure. This plasmid is a double stranded structure, and wherever this old strand comes from this bacteria, this is the A plus bacteria, from A plus bacteria to F minus bacteria, it creates a single stranded structure, and now a primase is applied in here, or binds with this particular single strand in here, and creates another single strand of DNA in here. So basically this plasmid now contains both old and new strands, okay, and this plasmid also has old and new strands here. So basically it is the process by which one bacteria donates its segment of the genome, or the structure, or a particular genetic material, that is the plasmid, from A plus to F minus. So whenever this bacteria, A plus bacteria, is donated its plasmid to F minus bacteria, then this bacteria is also known as A plus bacteria, because now it have its own fertility factor. Okay, so fertility factor. After that, two bacteriums are separated, and now two bacteria has the plasmid. So those two bacteria have their plasmids. Okay, so basically two bacteria are here, and they have their plasmids. So this is the main thing of bacterial conjugation. So these plasmid have two basic types. Okay, so one is F plasmid and another one is R plasmid. So what is the F plasmid and another one is the R plasmid? So F plasmid stands for fertility factor, and R plasmid known as resistance factor. Okay, so what are these? So in case fertility, in the case of fertility factor, here the bacterium have able to reproduce itself and have able to clone the plasmids of its, and it ultimately provides its genetic material to another bacterium, and by which they can grow in a medium. And what is the resistance factor? Resistance factor is a unique factor specifically observed in some bacteria, the Staphylococcus aureus or Klebsiella, the Shigella, and Streptococcus. So basically those bacteria have this resistance factor. This is also a plasmid, but in this case a resistance gene is present in here. So the resistance gene is for the antibiotic resistance. Okay, just like ampicillin, tetracycline, kanamycin, gentamicin, guttimicin, neomycin, etc. and all. So whenever these R plasmids are present in this case of bacteria, then these bacteria are able to produce some proteins. Those proteins are actually cleaves the antibiotics, and this kind of proteins restrict or inhibit the use of antibiotics. That's why these bacteria are called antibiotic resistance bacteria, and they can grow on antibiotic medium. Okay, so basically this is the antibiotic resistance gene, such as ampicillin, tetracycline, etc. And so this is the basic factor of the conjugation. But there is another strain is present, that is known as HFR strain. Okay, so HFR strain. So what is HFR strain? HFR full form is high frequency strain. High frequency strain. So what is high frequency strain? So whenever these two bacteria are joined with each other with the cytoplasmic bridge and shares and begin to share its genetic component or plasmid DNA, but unfortunately plasmids does not break properly, or plasmid was a segment of the plasmid breaks apart from here. So these bacteria has the total plasmid, okay, right? But a fragment of plasmid is break down from here, and the rolling circle replication does not completed yet. So this particular fragment of plasmid now been joined with the chromosomal DNA of this particular bacterium. Okay, so whenever this particular bacterium has a fragment of plasmid and it binds along with its chromosomal DNA, then these strains are known as high frequency strain or HFR strain. So that means these HFR strains are still lacking of the plasmid, but a portion of the plasmid is now attached with this chromosomal DNA of this particular bacteria. So a fragment of plasmid, so this red portion is the fragment of plasmid. Okay, so this fragment of plasmid now been attached with the chromosomal DNA, with the chromosomal DNA of that particular bacterium, and now this particular bacterium is known as HFR strain, that is the high frequency strain. This high frequency strain still lacks the plasmid, but here a fragment of the plasmid is attached with the chromosomal DNA. So in this case this particular bacterium gains some antibiotic resistance factor, but this bacterium are ultimately lacks a plasmid. So this is the known as high frequency strain. So this is all about bacterial conjugation, high frequency strain, a fertility factor, and also resistance factor. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.